For the last decade, the model for digital surveillance was straightforward. Every time you sent a text, snapped a photo, or searched for a symptom, that raw data was swept up from your phone and sent to a massive corporate server in the cloud for analysis. But processing billions of raw files every single day is expensive. Tech giants had to build colossal server farms just to warehouse the sheer volume of human output. More importantly, holding on to everyone's private conversations and personal photos turned these companies into prime targets for devastating privacy lawsuits and regulatory crackdowns. The industry hit a wall. They needed a way to keep feeding their algorithms the behavioral data they crave without the legal risk of actually possessing your personal files. This image shows the industry's heavily marketed solution, on-device AI. They stood on keynote stages and pitched a brand new slogan: "Your data never leaves your device." Consumers and privacy advocates accepted this as a victory. It seemed the endless vacuuming of personal data had finally stopped. But if our raw data is truly trapped on our local hardware, it raises a question. How are these global AI models still getting smarter and better at predicting human behavior every single week? The surveillance didn't end. The tech giants simply moved the mechanism directly into your pocket. To solve their liability problem, the tech giants reversed the flow of information. They switched to federated learning. Instead of uploading data to the cloud, the central server pushes a miniature AI into your phone. This edge AI monitors your apps, messages, and photos locally. A digital barrier ensures your raw files never leave the device. The smartphone now functions as a localized observation deck, monitored by an autonomous agent that reports its findings without ever needing to move your files. While this local AI watches your files, its real job is to study your habits. It notes when you wake up, how you interact with your family, and what triggers your specific anxieties. The AI takes those human actions and distills them into a dense web of numerical values, translating behavior into pure mathematics called model weights. It keeps these interconnected numbers and pushes the actual photos and texts into a discard pile. Once the behavioral lesson is extracted, the AI has no use for your original messages. What remains is a mathematical summary of your behavior, containing the precise patterns the algorithm needs to perfectly predict your next move. By extracting these weights, companies can now track your preferences and personality while discarding the physical files that used to carry them. Late at night, when your phone is plugged in and connected to Wi-Fi, the trigger mechanism activates. It bypasses your raw files and transmits the mathematical updates, the compressed mapping of your behavioral patterns, to the corporate cloud. Thousands of isolated phones shoot glowing mathematical updates upward to corporate servers. Millions of these behavioral updates arrive simultaneously. The central master node absorbs them, instantly refining its global algorithm with lessons learned from every user. Keeping data local actually created a more efficient global surveillance network, as it allows the central AI to learn from everyone without ever having to store a single photo. Federated Learning provides these corporations with an airtight legal shield. If a government agency issues a subpoena for your private communications, the company can legally state they don't have your messages. They possess something more valuable, an algorithm trained so precisely on your habits that it can predict exactly what you'll type next before your fingers even touch the screen. Corporate surveillance has evolved beyond the storage of files, focusing instead on capturing the predictive logic of human behavior. The smartphone resting on your nightstand has become a localized interrogator, quietly learning who you are from the inside out.